my sweet darling, and welcome to the F Your Fierce podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Monique Menard. I'm an award-winning actress, plus-size model, singer, audiobook narrator, coach, and writer. Ooh, and creator of The Art of Blowing It, which can be found on YouTube. Yes, I know, I got a lot of hyphenates, so I get it, which is why I bring on so many different types of artists to this show, because I know sometimes we as creatives wear different hats. So you will hear stories from directors, writers, actors, musicians, everyone under the sun. Hopefully one of these stories will inspire you. I thank you so much for spending some of your time with me. Let's get it going, y'all. Let's bring it on. Who we got today? So I would just like to introduce you to my incredible guest today. We've got Katie Finan on the show. Katie, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to see you, and I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here. You have no idea. Katie, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone how we know each other?
Oh, goodness. Well, Ashley and I met many moons ago in a basement in Astoria, Queens. It only sounds like we were doing something nefarious, but we were actually singing at a cabaret that is much beloved to me. It's called Actoria at the Astor Room. And it was a place where musical theater people could come and sing and be in front of an audience. And we were both kind of like, I don't want to say we were staples, but we were both kind of staples at this cabaret. And it's always fun to meet someone who aligns with the kind of roles you're auditioning for in theater. Like, you have two choices when you meet somebody who's similar to you. You can either just be like, no, or you can lean in hard. And I feel like that's what we did.
Totally agree. We did lean in hard.
We leaned in hard. I was just like, listen, if I lose a role to you, I want to be there in the front row with flowers, like that level.
Talk about, it's one of those things. I mean, exactly like you said, like whenever you see your quote unquote competition, you look and you're just like, you study them, you study them in a different way than you necessarily would someone that, you'd never be up for the same roles. And I think you can learn so much from your competition. And if you're not embracing your competition, what are you doing?
Oh yeah. And
go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. If who else knows your life and your struggles better than someone who is similar typed to you? Like, that's why I'm obsessed with people who are my type, because they know me, they know what it's like, they know what we go through. So like, instant friends.
Agreed. Totally agreed. And for those of you that are curious about the Actoria that we just spoke about, Josh Barbié, who's done a podcast here, you can go ahead and listen to his podcast episode, because he is actually the coordinator, the MC, the brain behind Actoria. So feel free to check out that episode. So that's how we met. And I fell hard for you, Katie. I really did. You had a lot of spunk, and you're very driven, and I love a driven woman who's a hard worker. It's like looking in a mirror, and except a mirror with like really fucking great hair. Look at that hair.
Listen, I grew this during the pandemic. I grew it myself. I told myself that when we were able to go outside with masks again, without masks, I would cut it. And then I became vain about it and haven't done it. But no, I've had like shoulder chin length hair for 10 years. And so this is big.
This is big, y'all, for sure. I'm going to actually put a picture so you can see.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. So I want to talk a bit about your career, and just for everyone out there, just go ahead and let them know where you're from and how you kind of got into acting and singing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm originally from Cary, North Carolina, which is just
Mhm.
outside the Raleigh area.
Mhm.
I did not grow up in the musical theater world. My brother is actually a musical prodigy. He has perfect pitch. He can play a million instruments at the drop of a hat. And when I was little, I loved to sing and I would sing all the time. And
Mhm.
my brother would be like, "Oh, you are so terrible. You're awful. You're off pitch. You're off key." And he would get very upset when I would sing. And I'm like 5. So like it's fine. But my parents, in an effort to like just avoid conflict, were like, "Hey, like if you want to sing, it's fine, but like you can sing in the shower where no one can hear you, but like don't sing in the car, don't sing at church," like because he would get like quite upset, which
Whoa.
is hilarious because now he is like my biggest supporter. So it has a good ending. But I remember I was 15 years old and I auditioned for the musical because there were non-singing roles. How to Succeed, the Scrub Women, Scrub Woman 1, Scrub Woman 2. That's what I had my eye on.
Mhm.
And I actually ended up getting cast as Smitty in the High School Musical when I was a freshman. And my parents went into the school. They were so like shook and they were like, "Hey, can she actually sing? Because if she can actually sing, then we done fucked up." And my theater director was like, "Yeah, no, she can really sing." And from then on, it was like I was like a bat out of hell.
Oh my
Because I
God.
was planning on Carol Channing it. I was like, okay, well, like I can't sing, but like I am gonna be ferocious so
Yeah.
that they won't be able to tell me not to be Hello Dolly.
Mm.
Um, so that was the plan. And I went to school. I was lucky enough to be accepted at Florida State University in their BFA program.
Mhm.
And from there, I met some really amazing mentors. Lisa Howard, who was Rona in
Mm.
Spelling Bee. If you're a plus size lady, you know who Rona Lisa Peretti is. But yeah, Lisa Howard is amazing. And Casey Hushin and Jacqueline Pro Donovan. And I met some people who really inspired me. Lisa specifically, because she was the first plus size woman who had ever seen who like had done it. And she didn't have to do it dirty. Like she was beautiful and respected, and she never had to play ugly um, just because she was plus size. So she helped connect me when I moved to the city with her modeling agent and I started plus size modeling and auditioning like you do. I've done a lot of roles that I really love. I've done a lot of roles I'm way too young for. So I'm looking forward to hitting my actual stride in my in my 30s. I remember in college they were like, "Don't you want to have some kids or something? Get a master's because you're too young for your type." And I am hugely proud of my resume and I'm hugely proud of the work we did together
Mhm.
because Ashley and I just developed I would say it's a mutual obsession with each
Mhm.
other. And I remember when you were dreaming up The Art of Blowing It and we were sitting at Prince Tea House and it was just like a little glimmer in your eye. And you were like, "Hey, I have this idea for this character who's like the arch nemesis of the lead character, and she's kind of like a Barbie doll." And I was like, you had me at like nemesis, like you just had me. Um, so that was amazing. And believe it or not, Ashley, I don't know if you know this, that was my first speaking film role.
Really?
Really. The only other time I had done film was I did a uh, commercial for Ashley Nell Tipton's plus size line at JCPenney.
Mhm.
But that was the first time I ever got to open the gab on camera.
Oh my
So
God.
there you go.
Shocking. Isn't that shocking? Everyone out there, especially those of you who have seen it, like that's shocking
Well,
that
that's
that's
good.
your debut.
Well, that's good writing, babe.
Oh,
Like that's good writing.
that's giving a lot
Um,
of credit to me.
you know. Um, but yeah, I've had I have had a really wonderful time in acting and plus size modeling. Obviously things with what are we calling it? The panini, the pandemic, the panorama. Obviously we're all doing other things and like flexing other muscles, but yeah, it's pretty much me in a nutshell.
I love that. Okay. So, oh my God, so many questions, a million questions I want to ask. I guess the first one that kind of pops to mind first is, so you touched on it, like we as actors, as performers, we do multiple things. Have you ever had any weird jobs that you'd like to share with the audience out there?
How big is your audience? Because I got
We have
some
12 listeners and all 12 of them
Okay.
really want to know.
Okay. All right. Yes. So I do feel like, am I ready to admit all the things I've done?
Oh my God.
So
I'll admit some of mine if you admit some of yours.
okay, perfect. So, well, first, I was a plus size model, but I did a form of plus size modeling called fit modeling.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is that clothing companies, I am the perfect size 18. So every measurement from the top of my head to the bottom of my shoes meets what their mannequin that they design the clothes off of meets. So I would go into fashion companies like Lane Bryant, Universal Standard, JCPenney's, Macy's. Actually never worked at Macy's, so don't quote me on that, but big fashion companies. And they would build the garments to my body and make them look perfect on me, and then they would be mass produced.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like being a real live Barbie doll. But it was, we could have a whole podcast episode about fit modeling, but it was a very interesting and weird job that nobody knows exists. So if that favorite pair of pants that you always buy doesn't fit and you don't know why, and you're like, oh, I must have gained weight, or the fit model did, and it wasn't you. So yes. And let's see. I have been a matchmaker for a matchmaking company. I used to work for a matchmaking company that I won't tell you the name of, not because I didn't love them, just because I don't know if I'm allowed. But I worked with clients all over the country, vetting and interviewing potential date options for them, and then sending them on fabulous dates. I have a couple of couples who are still together. None of them have gotten married yet. And that will be my Yenta moment, my like real Yenta dream come true. Which being a matchmaker is wild. It's wild. Like people are high stakes about their dating life. I was a phone psychic for a while. Are you scandalized?
Love this. I love it.
Um,
I knew it, but I love that now everyone else knows this.
Oh, I didn't know you knew that.
Yeah, you told me that.
Oh, I thought I was straight up dropping tea you've never heard before, because I don't tell people that. Like you're in my, that's like a secret sanctum thing. So yeah, I read tarot, and I learned from a wonderful teacher called Lindsay Mack, and I really, really needed money. And so I was like, okay, well, I wonder if people get paid to do this, and I wonder how much they get paid. So I was really just researching, like, what does a phone psychic make? Because, online, it's like for $40 a minute, you can learn your future. And it's like $40 a minute. How much do these people make? And I found a company that was like really reputable. And I had 3 like very in-depth interviews with them where they had me read for like people who were psychics that they worked with all the time, and they liked my style with tarot, which is very much based in like emotion, not so much based in like telling the future, but mostly like revealing to you how you really feel, and showing you what options are in front of you. That's the school of tarot I learned, which is different than like telling the future. But so I did that for a hot minute, and yeah, I would like sit on my couch and I'd ring through to my phone and I'd answer, and people would be like, hey, I just really want to know if like he's cheating on me. I just really want to know if my business is going to make it. I just really need to know if, my mother's proud of me, things like that. And it was wild, but eventually I did have to stop because reading remotely was very difficult for me. I really had a hard time with, especially because they were being charged so much by the minute.
Mm-hmm.
I felt really guilty about the charges they were incurring to have readings with me. So I decided that tarot would be a private practice for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I've been a Barbie doll, I've been a matchmaker, I've been a phone psychic, and in the pandemic, I became a licensed mortgage loan originator. And now I am a manager at the company that I work for, same company, but I do like customer experience. So yeah, I pretty much I can figure it out. Whatever you need me to do, I can figure it out.
I love that. Oh my God, Katie, you guys.
So weird.
I can't with you.
What a weird girl. Why did we invite her?
I'm so happy I invited you to the party. My weird jobs were just like professional cuddler and foot fetish model. Nothing nearly as cool as yours.
I'm sorry, you were a professional cuddler?
Yeah, I was. Things got weird quick.
I have to know more. I mean, I have to know more about how that occurred, and I also have to know more about how things got weird.
Yeah, okay. So it was for this company. We'll leave it nameless. And I had a profile and I could vet people and have conversations, and it was $80 an hour that they would pay, and the company took 40 and I took 40, and it would be that kind of a relationship of you're doing a service and the service is cuddling, and it's supposed to be one of those things where it helps to release the oxytocin in the brain. It's therapeutic. It's beautiful. I had seen this thing in the post and I was like, oh yeah, this seems like it's legit. It's in the post. And so I decided that I was going to do it, and I did it, and I show up at a hotel for my first one because he'd rented a hotel because he didn't want me to come to his parents' house, which I got.
Fair.
And I didn't want to host. So I showed up at the hotel, and he was very very socially awkward, which I had a feeling that was going to be the vibe before I got into the situation. And we started talking, and I tried to make him feel comfortable because, again, that's the service I was providing. I was providing a service of, I want you to feel comfortable in the situation, and let's have a talk. Let me hold you. And, this is nice.
A cuddle can change your life.
A cuddle can change your life.
A good cuddle.
And a good cuddle did change my life. Because we were cuddling, and I'd say about 15 minutes into his hour, I started to feel something on my knee.
I thought you might have.
And, it had been a long time since I'd been held. And I thought, this is a recipe for disaster, because I'm already in bed. I may as well just go through with this. So then he's like, can you whisper in my ear? And I was like, oh, Jesus, sure
can.
What do you want me to say? Not what you're supposed to do. So I went rogue. I went rogue from what was in the handbook that I signed online.
You definitely did diverge, but does it have a happy ending?
Well, he did hump my leg, and so he came. So yes, there was a happy.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
so he was a very satisfied customer, but I never actually cashed the money. So I never felt like I was a sex worker. Not that there's anything wrong with sex work.
No,
I don't have an issue with sex work. I just felt like I did a disservice to the job that I was hired to do. And I didn't do the job I was supposed to do. So I felt like I shouldn't have earned the money for it because I took it a step too far.
Yeah.
And if anything, I mean, I made it a bit more fun for me, which I shouldn't have done. But I felt like if anything, I should have charged more.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah, I get that. It's like you definitely transitioned into a different situation. You were no
And now
longer
I do
just a
podcasts.
cuddle. And here you are. Listen, was that the first and only cuddle?
It was the first and only cuddle because I got so
I am
disappointed.
so obsessed with this.
I got so disappointed in my
Oh,
lack
man.
of discipline that I was like, bitch, you can't. Because if you do, you gonna end up being a prostitute.
The cuddle
I
is
was
sacred.
Julia Robertson. I was.
The cuddle is sacred, and you respect the cuddle too
I do.
much to offend the cuddle.
I really do. But funny enough, I decided to take that experience and expand on that character. And one of the core characters of The Art of Blowing It, Mitchell, is based off of my cuddling experience, but not quite. Like I felt it out and I did the research for the character. We'll just put it that way. Anyway,
Full circle. Full circle back to Art of Blowing It.
Always and forever. I always want to talk about that show.
It was so much fun. I don't know if you remember this, but I had just had like foot surgery. Do you remember my boot? My boot?
Yeah, you did have a boot.
I had a boot, and I was like, I got special permission from my podiatrist to wear heels that day because I was in a boot and then decided to put on a pair of spiky heels.
You went for it. I didn't even wear heels in the show at all, ever. And don't think that I haven't heard that from plenty of people.
Really? I feel like Emmy, I don't know. I feel like Emmy like does what I don't know. I think it could be on brand for Emmy to wear flats and make no apologies. I feel like Mattel's like, but what will people think? What will they say?
Agreed.
These are the latest Louis Vuittons. Like,
agreed. I totally agree. And Emmy is like, my foot hurts. No.
Emmy's like, well, Emmy's like, fuck you. I get drunk a lot and I fall. Like,
exactly. You know,
she gonna fall down.
She would, and that would be even harder for me to fall with heels on, which is one of the big reasons I was like, nope, not gonna do it, as it isn't clumsy enough. Exactly. So Katie, I absolutely love the fact that we were able to chit chat today. Unfortunately, we are nearing our time. We're nearing our time.
It's what happens when you put us together. We go all off topic.
We do, but I want to share with the audience what projects you've got coming up or anything you'd like to share. Where can people find you?
Amazing. Well, I definitely maintain my Instagram, which I love to connect with people on. It's Big Blonde and Body Positive. Mm-hmm. I have joined the TikTok world, but I am a TikTok voyeur. I watch them, but I don't create them. I have one TikTok now, so we'll not give that out because that's an embarrassing TikTok. Yeah, I mean, I have a website, bigblondeandbodypositive.com. I have my actor website. But really, I'm just, I feel like actors nowadays, when you ask us what we're doing, we're like living through, like hoping that arts continue. But I'm very much looking forward to like new projects, Art of Blowing It to blow up, and then for us to make many, many, many seasons.
Oh, I would absolutely love that. So much story to tell. But
let's blow that into existence.
Yes, all of that, please. We will be starting Art of Blowing It season 2, and you will definitely be, especially if we can make it work with your schedule, which I know you're a busy lady, but we'll make it work. But a question that I always like to ask everyone on this show, because one of the reasons that I started the show is because I want people to feel connected, and I want people to feel like it's all possible and that they can work through whatever they've got going on. And one of the big things that happens is fear comes in, and fear really starts to take you down. So when you feel fear start to creep in your life, what's something that you do to be able to deal with it?
Oh, that is such a good question. I feel like I have to like get in my feels.
Yeah.
You know, I I do experience a lot of fear in the form of like hypervigilance anxiety. So my brain's kind of like always scanning for like possible dangers. But I would say that there's a couple of things in my life that I do to manage that. One of them is I have an incredible support system in the form of 4 women who I'll get emotional talking about, but they're my high school best friends. And we have the app called Marco Polo, which if you don't have Marco Polo, it is a lifesaver and a game changer.
I love Marco Polo. I talk to my friend Leah Keel on it all the time.
It is an amazing way, I think, for women especially to like see and feel seen, and just like it's hard to sometimes, you know, dedicate to a FaceTime, but like sending somebody a message, it's been a game changer. So having a support system of people that you can really express your fear to. I go on a walk every day and try to like be a part of the world. That's really important for me. I started running because I realized that like stress, it never leaves you if you don't trick your brain into thinking that you're like running away from it. Like it's like that fight or flight response. So I definitely like I walk or run daily. And mostly I've dedicated myself to therapy. I am in therapy once a week just for like maintenance, just to be able to like sit down with emotional Katie and see how she's doing, because I don't know if you resonate with this, but I feel like I do tend to put out into the world this version of myself I want people to see. And there is like fear for me is very much like choked down to like not, you know, conceal, don't feel. But I think everybody should have a therapist. I would shout it from the rooftops. And yeah, I just, in your vein of connecting with people, I feel so safe when I am seen by people who love me. And I know that I'm not alone and that nothing bad's going to happen to me because these people are right here with me, you know?
I love that.
And you're a part of that.
Oh my God. I love you so much,
I love
Katie.
you so much.
I really do.
We're going to be those girls who just get drunk and talk about how much we love each other in the bathroom. God.
Yes. Totally.
But yeah, please, like in times like these, I think just making sure that you're seen, like making sure that you're seen and heard, because I mean, really, that's why we talk to people, is because like when we're witnessed, we don't feel alone. And we know like, you're not going to let me die, right? Mom, bestie, like you're not going to let me die. No, they're not going to.
No, they're not. They're not going to. Katie, you are a national treasure, dare I say.
Oh my, wow. Well, I am so excited to, you know, for the future of the art of blowing it. I'm excited. We have fans, even if there's only 12 of them. Like, you know, and I think Mattel would really like Emmy to know that this podcast is very cute, but if you'd like to experience a real podcast, no, I'm totally kidding. I think, you know, if you want to experience the Cadillac of podcasts, you can listen to Mattel's podcast, which is performed at Carnegie Hall. There's no intermission, so eat before.
Hashtag Manifest Monday.
Hashtag Manifest Monday. What a fun character, and what a great show. My husband's a writer. And he said the writing is very good.
Oh, thank you.
Cool T, XOXO Gossip Girl. That's what he said.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's one of those things where like, you know, I just got not accepted into a festival. So what is that? Denied into a festival today. And it, you know, I had a bit of a, and then they send this thing of like reasons why we may not have chosen you. And I'm like, just don't even give me that. Cause it's like, is it up to par with what everyone else? And I'm just like, okay, comparison is the thief of joy. So just say no. Just say no, okay?
Just say no, thank you. Listen.
Because you make me want to go to TikTok, which I don't know her, but you make me want to go to TikTok and you make me want to create a little video saying why you're wrong. Which maybe that's what I should do. I don't know.
I mean,
makes me be a catty bitch.
Well, no. Listen, the biggest form of redemption is proving people wrong. So being able to be like, hardy har, Jill from this random ass festival, watch my Netflix show. Like, you know what I mean?
I love it.
That's my thing. Is I know I think you'll find you'll find in the future that you'll laugh about that. You know, be rejected me. Could have had gold, could have had greatness.
Yeah. Where I was trying to go with it, and I got on a tangent by is that we got rejected today, but hearing from writers saying that they enjoy the writing makes me feel really good. So as much as there's that feeling of like, I didn't, you know that feeling, like that feeling, hearing kind words from someone that you respect, it gives that sense of validation, which, you know, is one of the reasons that we do the art. We do want people to say that it's good. We do want to make money off of it. Like we as actors have this crazy delusion sometimes of like, oh, it's okay for us not to make money as long as the art's good. And like, no, we want, especially me, like I want to be able to pay all of my actors like a great rate, a great day rate. And it's like, we'll get there eventually. We're just not there now. Anyway, don't know where I'm going with all of this, but you're a joy.
You're a joy. Well, listen, I am so excited about the future of the show because I can see it. #Manifest Monday. And you're a national treasure as well. We have to like, there should be a funny clip at the end of this podcast of like us in a bathroom being like, no, you're beautiful. Like that's what I feel like we're the end of like some Bridesmaids movie with how much we adore each other. But thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
So glad to be here.
I love you so much. You're the best.
You're so pretty. Oh my God. You're like, no, you are so pretty. No. Look at you with them lips.
You're so pretty. Your hair is like, it's like God came inside your head and just started pushing magic through you. Like you're magical. You're magical.
You really think that?
You're really pretty and you're really magical. And I love you so much, Katie.
I love you so much too.
You so much.
I just want to stay in this bathroom with you forever.
Oh,
but it smells bad in here.
I love you. What's that?
We have to go.
Well, you better check out Gable Wine.